As a content creator, I feel like there's a lot of struggles that people don't talk about.
To be honest, I kind of outgrew my 9 to 5. Every time I travel, my well-being just shut up.
You got to have thick skin. If you can't handle people giving you negative comments, don't do it. Seriously, don't do it.
When we start to look at other content creators and compare, we end up losing our own audience.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Celia Lee Show. It's your girl Celia. So you know that about almost a year ago, I quit personal training to pursue this new career, which is become a content creator, full-time content creator, to grow this podcast, become a life coach. And the journey has not been easy. And also sometimes, you know, when you're on Instagram, you see a lot of content creator look like how they made it and things like that, but we never really see the start of the journey. But anyway, today I invited an old friend who actually recently quit her 9-to-5 job to become a travel content creator. And I invited her on because I thought, you know what, let's talk about it together, about this life of a content creator. So without further ado, let's welcome Cheryl.
Hey.
Welcome back, actually.
Thank you.
Over a year ago you came on.
Yeah.
And we spoke about manifestation.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and a lot of things have manifested over there.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about it. So
yeah.
Right, so first of all, just tell people what you do. What did you do before?
Yeah, so my name is Cheryl Conquers. I'm a travel content creator, blogger, drone pilot, and also a human NFT for the biggest female photography NFT in the world. Wow. So what's happened over the year is I used to work in media. So I've worked in media for 20 years. I've worked pretty much every company you can think of, Universal Pictures, Sony Pictures. I worked at the BBC. I was there for 10 years. And I've recently just left that career. I could have gone into another avenue, but thankfully manifesting just does wonders, and I got a payout. So I was just like, yes, if not now, whenever. When will I ever do it? Because I know with freelancing, because of how the nature of freelancing works, you're never like guaranteed what your base salary is every single month. So I knew that was going to help me a lot to pursue traveling, which I'm literally doing in a few days, and take this on full time. So I've been working in media for 20 years. And the last thing I was doing in media was fintech and a few things in risk advisory. I've also done sales and PR. So that's pretty much my backstory.
Wow, done a lot.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I used to be in fintech?
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
When I say I'm in fintech, not that I was
near London Bridge, right?
I'm working with fintech startups.
Yeah.
Not thing is, that being said, I worked in fintech, but I don't know much about fintech. I just never really learned much. Well, I say that basically I don't really understand fintech the way I should understand it, being around so many fintech entrepreneurs.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's very different because I was like in financial operations, but I just call it fintech because universally that's that people understand. But like it wasn't too bad because I was mainly on like accounts payable, and also I was doing the remit for travel and expenses for the company. So like. Yeah, I just know it's just, in a nutshell, it's just financial operations that's just driving businesses, finances, so yeah.
Yeah. So you're a travel content creator now.
Yes.
When did you start? So tell people, because I obviously I kind of know your story, but how did you start? Was it like you just decided one day to do full-time content creator, or you actually sort of did it part-time? How did you start?
You know what? I have learned in life that God works in mysterious ways. There's nothing by coincidence. Like when it comes to like even things you want to manifest and dreams that you have, like all those thoughts and stuff, I always see it's like part of the plan. It's part of the journey. Once you connect the dots together, it just all makes sense. So like what happened was when Instagram started, you know, I used to always travel just regardless because that's my passion.
Oh, same.
And then a few years ago, I just started sharing on my grid only travel stuff, like only when I traveled, because I just thought, no one really cares about what I do in my, like, you know, my normal life. And because I traveled a lot, that's what I shared. I used Instagram more as like a scrapbook for my travel. That's the way I like to call it. So I was doing that. And then
in the beginning, when Instagram first started?
Yeah, so when Instagram first started, I think the first thing I even put on there was travel. And then I didn't use it for a few years and came back and just started, just putting loads of travel places that I was going to. So then, like, a lot of my friends, family, even colleagues were like, you should take this seriously, And I was just like at the time, I didn't know there was such thing as an influencer, which I don't like the term.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call myself an influencer.
Because I feel like the term influencer, at least in the UK anyway, is like people who post aesthetic, nice pictures. All it is just, hey, look at my avocado on toast.
Yeah, it's just non-authentic. And I'm like, that's not really...
nothing wrong with avocado on toast, by the way, but just saying, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like selling the lifestyle, but there's no like real message or authenticity behind it. So I just did not like that term. I refer to myself as a content creator because I do have a blog. I do drone as well. I mostly am a human NFT. And through that NFT, I help with an orphanage in Africa. So I like all, like, that's my, like, when I have my why, and, I have so many reasons why I do this, I always think about those kids. There's 243 kids in Kenya. I always think about them and I'm like, just keep going. So, that what happened, like, by accident. And then I had a few people like DMing me in my inbox, and I kind of just ignored it and just thought, right, just like, I didn't want to say a smoke dream, but it just wasn't in my mind at time. I was just like, I'm just sharing what I love. And I didn't know how lucrative the business was going to be right now. I think last time I checked, the stats were like, this business is 21 billion.
What, as in content creation?
Content creation, the industry.
For travel or just in general?
In general.
Oh.
So it's a big market.
So I'm on the right path then.
Yeah, right path, right time, because it's going to boom even more. So at the time when everyone was telling me this, obviously there wasn't really a path like that. It was just YouTube, and I haven't been on YouTube or anything like that. So I just never took it seriously. And then 2020 hit, and then I just started thinking about stuff. I was just like, wow, what happens if I get furloughed? Like, I couldn't get furloughed in my company, but what happens, like, that uncertainty, what happens if I don't have a job and this and that. And then I just started trying to invest in things. And then I thought, maybe try and make this a side hustle, because I absolutely missed traveling when we were, shut down. And I realized that for me, when I came back to Kuwait, I was going to come back to Kuwait to boost those like small independent travel and tourism businesses, because a lot of those we lost during that time. And I thought, what can I do to help? So that drove me to get back into Kuwait. And then we came back full circle, and then I started getting a few companies in my DMs and stuff. And I said, I better take this really seriously. And then looking at the 9 to 5, I just felt like, to be honest, I kind of outgrew my 9 to 5. And then there was a few wellness things where in the 9 to 5, I just don't think well-being was an actual priority. And that's when I was like, I need to be a full-time travel content creator, because holistically travel is such good benefits for wellness that people do not know. And I realized every time I travel, my well-being just shut up. So that's why I decided, I've got nothing to win. I mean, nothing to lose. It's a win-win either way. So yeah.
Yeah, so like being a content creator it's like, it's not easy, obviously. No. A lot of people think like, oh, you're just taking pictures, or you're vlogging, things like that. It's like, it's a freaking whole like full-time job. You got to edit, unless you have someone do it for you. But in the beginning, do you have anyone do it for you?
No, so people forget that you're not just producing the content, but you're also the makeup artist.
Oh, yeah,
you're also the script writer, the producer.
It's a whole company.
It's a whole thing. And you also have like analytics that you have to meet. So say if you're working with a certain brand and they need to make X or Y amount of sales or clicks on like affiliate links and stuff, like you have a target to meet, and it's not as easy as everyone thinks.
All right. So as a content creator, I feel like there's a lot of struggles that people don't talk about. I'll let you start first.
Yeah, so one big struggle is the creative burnout, because you put so much energy into just creating content or campaign for a brand, and it's in such a tight time scale. So like usually with briefs, you only get a week or a few days to turn around a project, and then also you've got deliverables installs that you have to do. And if you're doing it from a sales and traffic point of view, then you've got X amount of numbers that you really want to try and hit for the brand. So like doing that and having multiple campaigns in 1 week is a burnout. Like literally doing a campaign filmed in 1 day can sometimes feel like you've taken a month out of your life, because it is just it's so busy. You have to do everything in such a short space of time, and like mentally your head just has to get around it. And then as you're doing that, you can get a call or another email saying, and I want this as well on top, or another brand comes and approach you. So it's just always trying to be creative and on the ball. And yeah, it can be quite challenging, and sometimes you feel like you don't have a break as well. So yeah, it does create a lot of burnout. Yeah.
I'm not working with brands, so I don't have that struggle.
Yeah.
But I get like the burnout because sometimes, so you know the stuff that I do,
Yeah.
I used to spend 3 to 4 hours on 2 reels.
Yes, it's not a joke, because I feel like people think it's just a film, but no, it's the editing and also picking the music. I don't know why. That always takes the longest. Like I usually like, so I have friends that are creatives, photographers and directors, and they have very different views. Like most of the people in the creative industry always say, pick the music first.
Yeah.
And then edit towards the music. But because of what I kind of content I do, so I could be going to a restaurant or a hotel. I'm not familiar. It's not like a hotel or a restaurant that I'm going in, day out. Like
Yeah.
you don't know what the dynamics are going to be until you arrive.
Yeah.
So I just kind of film when I'm there, because usually you would have a shot list and everything. But like if it's somewhere where you haven't been or seen, or lighting also plays an issue. You can't always like plan it way in advance and get exactly like that shot, and all. You just can't. I mean, you just need to know that you need to make sure shots, whether you're going to have a close up, a mid shot, a long shot, all that stuff. But what is so difficult is when you do get the music and you try to edit towards a certain music. I just find it hard,
Do you try to do the transition to the beat as well?
Yeah, so the transition to
Same, yeah.
beat I can do, but I find it easier actually just filming the content and then editing it and then picking the music after.
Yeah, that's what I do as well.
Yeah, because it's just, for me, it's more efficient. It's just quicker how I work. And also, if you are editing to, I mean, I do edit to the beat after when I get the music, but if you're pre-selecting a song and you miss one shot, that's just basically you missing the whole beat of the music. So that's why I just don't do it, because it's
You know what?
too much stress.
I never thought of like that.
Yeah.
That the way you just described everything, just so technical. I'm just like, I literally just go on my phone, get
Yeah.
all the videos together, and I just choose. And once I piece it together, then I choose the song.
Yeah.
Then when I got the song, then I'll be like, okay, let me try and make it to the beat.
Yeah.
All the things you just mentioned about the lighting, everything. Oh, wow, I didn't even think about those stuff. But then I guess we do different things. I guess it's different. So for you, it's more important because you do travel.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I do not educational, but I don't know what to call it. But yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's lifestyle and educational.
Okay.
And motivational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. I can just a talking head, podcast content. That's it, really. But
yeah. But like I edit the same way as you, because one thing is, depending what platform you're on, I like to pick trending music. So like you can't even pre-select the song, because something that might be trending that week, by the time you finish editing, something else is trending.
Oh my god, yeah.
So there's
like you always that's the thing. There's the constant having to chase that. Oh my god, I think that's what's makes it stressful.
Yeah.
That's the stress of that job. So as a content creator, the stress, I guess, is trying to chase trending audios.
Yeah.
I think the thought of the pressure of having, I have to post every single day. Do you post every single day?
So I couldn't before, because I'm 9 to 5, and now I'm pretty much posting, like for the last month, I've been posting literally every week, 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week now. So, yeah.
I try to be consistent, but now I actually hired someone recently
Nice.
to help me with editing.
Yeah.
To edit my not my podcast, and like get the hot takes out of my podcast and make it look cool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's really good. So now I'm able to post twice a day.
Right.
And just get the content out there. I know they do say like algorithm. They said the Instagram algorithm, they said that they don't actually need you to post every day now.
No, you don't.
It changed all the time.
Yeah, so I think before when Instagram came out, everyone was just like, okay, post every time a day. I remember people used to post 3 or 4 times a day. I was just like, it's ridiculous. And I still know people that actually just post every single day.
Like those shade room or those kind of
Yeah.
pages. Like, but the thing is,
But they started at the beginning, so like I think at the beginning that was very much like how it was until TikTok came out, and then obviously all that audience moved on to TikTok, and TikTok is very much you have to post every single day.
are you on TikTok?
I am, but I'm just there for to make sure that my name doesn't really go, and I will build it up. But because I know with TikTok you have to be very dedicated and you have to post daily.
Yeah.
I'm just building up my content bank, and then I'm gonna schedule and just post all the time.
Yeah.
So
I've been
like,
posting
yeah.
TikTok because the guy, because he's helping me
Yeah.
to edit the stuff. I now have time to post.
Oh,
All I need
yeah.
to do is just post. So
Yeah.
it actually has like the good thing about TikTok is you literally can reach almost everyone,
Yes.
and my following has actually grown so much in just a week.
Yeah. TikTok is
Yeah.
insane. If you're dedicated to TikTok, yeah, you'll be flying easily. But thankfully, Instagram's not like that anymore. And personally, because I've also got this wellness element that like is very much part of my brand, I don't want to jar my audience. I like to call my audience conquerors because I think everyone is a conqueror. But like I don't want to jar them with too much content from a well-being point of view. Like, you know, I post when I can, but now I'm posting every week where I can. And you know, that makes it feel a bit more authentic, and also they'll see that I'm actually just a human being just like them, you know, because when you're just posting and posting and posting, I sometimes feel like the message and your ethos gets lost, you know, and I never want that to happen with my audience. So I am aware of that because for their well-being, I don't want to overload them with so much content. And you know, I think as a content creator, you have to be responsible and think about that, and most people just forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so you know, there's sometimes there's been a point where I get lost
Yeah.
when it comes to posting. I'm like, because I feel like, am I becoming too? I'm so aware, like, am I becoming too much of a robot? I don't want to be too much educational stuff because is it boring? Because you get so much in your head thinking, okay, should I post this about my life now, or should I put? Because then you start to compare with other content creators because you see that, but then you're like, but these people have made it. Maybe that's why they can post personal stuff, and then
Yeah, but one thing I have learned, which I heard from this content creator has a podcast, and I've always thought this way, is what we see people do. We see them and we think they're in a stage 1, but really and truly they're in a stage 10, you know, and that's why they're able to do what they can do. And I never really look at other content creators because I know that if I start doing that, my message will start to be diluted. You know, I just know that I have to stick to the vision that I have, and I would rather have an audience of just a few small solid supporters rather than speaking to everyone.
it's true.
And I think that's the most important thing, because that's what happens when we start to look at other content creators and compare. We end up losing our own audience, you know, and that's not the mission that I'm on.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
took me a while. Like so when I first started, it was like, okay, I was like, am I getting my message across? Is it clear? I had to ask my friends, like, do you understand what I'm trying to, what I'm about? They was like, yeah, you're about this. I was like, okay, fine, good. But then at times I'm like, because I want to talk about, obviously, I'm all about women empowerment, but it's such a broad term. I want to talk about confidence. I like to talk about self-love. I like to talk about feminine energy. I like to talk about mindset. Then at one point I was thinking, is it too broad or like?
No, I don't think so. Like from what I've learned from, because I'm doing a few things in marketing, when you look at your persona of the person, like those are things that they would be interested in. I think when sometimes like how it used to work in social media is it was like you need to niche down and
Yeah,
niche down and niche down.
exactly.
Now it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about social media. There's always trends. Like as when we were just saying now with Instagram, it used to be like post every day. Now it's like, no, don't, because when you do post every day, it actually even penalizes your reach, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know what?
It can go up, it goes up and
Oh
down.
my God, you're right, you know, because sometimes I see my reach going up. and then one day it just goes back down. I'm thinking,
yeah.
what's going on?
I get more reach when I'm like posting erratically, like 3 times, like one every 3 weeks or like every couple of months. But when it's every day, it just goes wild.
I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm. I don't understand it because, like,
Yeah.
I got this one of my reels went viral last year.
Yeah.
2 million views.
Wow.
But I'm so confused why it went viral. It's not any of my videos where I talk about self-love, all of that.
Yeah.
It was literally, you know, when I went to Hong Kong last year.
Yeah.
It was a video of me in the bathroom taking a picture of myself, and then had like it went with the audio.
Yeah.
It was one of the training audios, and then just basically captioned basically it says, people in Hong Kong will stare at me because, and the reason why. But basically I was talking about Asian beauty standards.
Yeah.
A month later, after posting that, it went viral.
Yeah.
One day I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it went from 100,000 and then 200,000, and the whole day went to 1 million views.
Yeah.
And the next day, 2 million views.
Wow.
But the thing is, I'm trying to thinking, what is it? Is it a hashtag? What is it?
Relatable content, as we always say. Like, it's like the thing about social media I've learned is, you know, when you do the unspeakable, like people want to speak things but they can't say it, and then when you finally do that, that's what explodes as well, and it's relatable. You know, like I think you were talking on behalf of many people that wanted to say these things, but obviously they don't have the courage to. So I can see why that went viral.
Maybe. So
Yeah.
I was thinking,
and obviously just yourself, your essence, like you have that like that factor like people want to buy into and be like, let me check her out. So
yeah. But I'm hoping like I want my other reels to go viral, like the one that actually giving more value to go viral.
Well, that's what I've learned about social media now. I mean, obviously we know about the power of manifestation. But also one thing about manifestation is also the art of detachment, set it and forget it. And that's how it works with social media. Like I have heard this time in and out from content creators that say, I've put so much work into this content and it just flopped.
Yes.
And then the one that they really dislike is the one that takes off. And that's because of set it and forget it.
Yeah, that reel, literally the least effort.
Yeah.
Well, the only effort I did put in was like make sure it went with the beat, but
Yeah.
literally it was a 5-second reel.
But I think that's actually perfect, because what we were saying before about creative burnout, knowing that the things that you usually blow up are the ones you put least effort in, it actually makes the job so much more easier. So like I love that, you know. I think that's a good balance.
And I got trolled.
Oh no!
From that to me, yeah.
So that's when you know you have made it in, as they say, in social media world. You have made it.
Oh, that's another thing.
Trolled.
Yeah, that's another thing about being a content creator. You can't. I think it's not for the what's that phrase called? Faint-hearted. Timid. Yeah. If you can't, you gotta have thick skin. If you can't handle people giving you negative comments, don't do it. Seriously, don't do it, because when the comments literally every single day they were like. Some people were like, "Oh, why is she posting this? She just wants attention." Oh, no, you're not good enough. And yeah, you're right. You're not good enough. They're looking at you because you're this. Basically, proper like trolling me. But it didn't affect me. I just thought it was funny because I'm thinking you ain't got nothing better in life. That's what to do this.
Well, the thing is, I just see it as it's immature. First of all, that's the most important thing. I find it funny. I see a lot of. I know it sounds really bad, but you can really judge someone's intelligence level by the comments that they make. That's just like this. Like, as I say, don't judge a book by its cover, but words tell a lot about a person. So, and also for me, I have selective hearing, so I've always had selective hearing. You know, I only listen to what's going to edify me, and anything that doesn't just goes through one ear and the other and goes into the trash. Because one thing that I have learned in life is you have to be really like, I mean, obviously you've got to be thick-skinned, but with the comments or anyone that critiques in life, I'm always like, what are their credentials? You know, do they have the knowledge to even comment on this and stuff like that? So that's why I just don't really look into it.
And you know what's so funny though? Most of the time, the people that troll you, they either don't have their real profile picture on there. Or if they do, well, actually, no, normally they don't. Most of the time, they don't have the real profile picture, and the profile is always private, and they just have some weird stuff on the Instagram if it's not private. It's always the weirdos.
I do feel sorry for them. Like some people have tried to make friends with their trolls, which is quite funny. But like, just got to show them love. I always say everything, because my name, Cheryl, means love, and my brand is Cheryl Conquers. It's love conquers.
Ah,
So
I
like
love
love
that.
always conquers,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Love is medicine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I ignore them, but sometimes I would be like, for example, when someone goes to me, oh, she just want attention, and I reply, I say, yeah, thank you, and you gave it to me.
It's just like sometimes I just feel like, for me personally, I just ignore it. Either just be, I mean, thankfully I haven't really been trolled. I've had like some weird comments. I'm just like, oh, just leave it, because
You
it
can't be,
just.
I don't see why people troll you though, because you
No, I don't get trolled. I mean, it would be very weird. I mean, I think about it. Like, what would you troll me on,
exactly,
really?
because you're giving
Yeah.
people tips about where to go, where to eat.
Yeah.
Do you do deals like
Yeah,
cheap?
so I've so I'm actually a search engine for hotels. So you can book any hotel around the world using a link in my I've got it linked in my link trees.
Yeah.
So, basically hotel deals. But like, yeah, I don't see why people would troll me. If they did,
Yeah.
I just find it weird, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need some tips. So, how did you? Not that I want to get into travel content, to be honest, but if people do,
Oh no, I think you should.
I should.
Yeah,
But does it go line with what I do though?
yeah, because you can still do travel. Like, your business is international. You can take it anywhere. It's remote. So
But as in, like you
yeah,
saying that I should also post travel,
yeah,
even
you
though what I'm
can.
doing.
Yeah, you can. Like, people do travel with motivational content with travel easily.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you know what? I was thinking, yeah, because it's not what I do. I wasn't sure if I should
but
do.
it's your lifestyle. People but also want to know, like, what your lifestyle is. And the reason why I recommend travel content, and this is for any like budding like content creators thinking, what niche should I go into, is because that's actually the industry that is the most lucrative when it comes to content creation, in terms of deals. So, like, in terms of fashion and beauty and a few other stuff, you don't actually get paid that much. Fashion, it's actually travel where the money is at. So that's why I always like advocate for people to go into travel, because I'm very much about advocating for people, go and get your bag. Like, I will always like advocate the route for you where I know you're going to get more,
Do,
more basically.
do
Yeah.
you get free flights
No, so
or discount?
I get discounts. I do actually have a pending, well, free. Well, I wouldn't say free, because technically, I know people. This is the thing about where their name influencer used to get a really bad term. So there is like things that you get invited to that you don't pay for, or like if I'm doing content for a hotel, I don't necessarily have to, pay for accommodation. But I'd never understand why you would pay for something that you're actually providing a business for. So you have to film like the content for these things. And sometimes if it's a barter, then obviously you're not getting anything. But like, if like, I don't believe in that. I believe everyone should be paid for their craft. But like, if you were going to work, doing your 9 to 5, you don't expect your employee to go, okay, you got to pay for your desk to work on.
Yeah.
So that's why I do find it bizarre when people go, oh, but influencers just get this free and get this free. And I'm like, no, we have to shoot this content.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't make sense for us to, I mean, a paying for a hotel or a 3 course meal, it would cost more than the desk that you work at. So that's why
So
I personally think that's fair, because you're
yeah.
filming it at the end of the day.
So then,
Yeah.
okay, travel content creator. Not only, so I know some you can basically get free deals, but can you? I now want them to pay me. How
Yeah.
do I do that?
Yeah, so there's a number of different ways. You can do it through affiliates, you can do it through press strips, and also brand campaigns as well. And also if there's any like opening events that they need PR for and press. So there's many different ways you can do it. And with press strips, I know what's favourable in press strips is actually usually YouTube channels, podcasts, blogs, and then I would say social media platforms after, but it really depends on what niche you're in.
Do I need a big following?
No, because the power now is actually in the micro
So I've got
influencers.
just under 2,000.
That's fine. So
Okay.
because we actually have higher engagement than the mega influencers.
That's true.
And that's why we are now in demand. And what's so funny is this week, I forgot his name, but the head of Instagram announced that they're actually going to. This is quite funny because they usually don't say
I
how they
saw
all.
that. The real.
Yeah.
There's a chance for us to grow quicker.
Yeah, they don't usually announce how they do things on Instagram when it comes to like getting reach and stuff. But they were like, right, we're actually going to give more reach to smaller content creators. And the reason why we want to do this is to give it an even playing platform, which was also when he said that, I was just like, it was a bit like suspicious. I was just like, what? So you purposely are not giving any reach to smaller content creators? Because when they said even playing platform, I was like, it should be even either way. And just for new talent to be discovered. But I know that is actually not a move for content creators. I mean, I know it's done to look like, oh yes, we're doing this for the smaller content creators and the micro content creators, but it's because micro content creators are in demand. So it's not done in a way to be like, oh yeah, we're making it an even playing field. No, it's very strategic. They know that the power lies in the micro influencers. That's why they're giving more reach to them, because they want to discover more.
Yeah.
Rather than giving reach to the mega influencers who engagement rates are not really translating the way micro influencers are. That's the real reason.
So hotels, whether it's hotel flights, do I just write to them and say, would you, is it like, do you want to collaborate, or how do I get a deal?
So you would pitch. So there's a number of ways you can do deals. Like you can actually pitch when there's a new hotel opening or a new event with hotels. You would email them or speak to their PR team, and then you would give your analytics. And if you have anything where there is sales, you can say, for example, if you had affiliates, like I have an affiliate with hotels, I can say I've made X amount of sales through my hotel affiliate, just to show them what they gain. Because at the end of the day, they want to know what you can give them. It's all about what's in it for them. That's all that matters for them. And for brands, there's two things that they always want. They want visibility and they want reach. I mean, sorry, visibility, and they want sales. Those are the two main things they want. And if you can nail one of those two things in the pitch, then it's a done deal.
So I'm going Norway next month.
Yeah.
So shall I, like Airbnb? Shall I email Airbnb? How does it work then?
So I know with UGC content, what's really popular is Airbnb UGC content. So I know that is a growing platform now, where there will be listings where they probably don't have a lot of bookings or great photos or not even videos. A lot of UGC creators are now providing those photos and videos for the listings. And that's how they get their collaborations and stays on there.
How do I find them now?
So you can just email the host. I know Airbnb is not going to be happy to hear this, but you can actually contact the host on Airbnb and just pitch to them that way. Or sometimes, if you're lucky, if they have an Instagram handle, you can DM them if they've dropped their Instagram handle.
So it's not like you can actually work directly with Airbnb. It's actually the host.
You can actually work directly if you're not doing it as UGC. So if you were doing UGC, it will be directly with the host. But if you're doing it with Airbnb, then that would be more of content creation. So you could actually even email Airbnb and just pitch them your idea as well.
Yeah. What idea would you say?
So, you could actually pitch it in a number of ways. You could pitch it with your podcast, with your social media channels. Obviously, you dance, you're a speaker. So you could pitch it in a lot of different avenues. But what I like to do is I like to research like what they've done or where they've missing the gap. And also research what has actually popped off or like has gone viral and why it's gone viral. And usually if you can give them those things, they'll say yes. Because obviously they want more success. So yeah.
Well, maybe they could sponsor this podcast, Airbnb.
Yeah, they could. Or you could do a podcast just going from different Airbnbs. So you'll take your podcast on the road, but with Airbnb.
Oh, I
It's
love
so easy.
that.
And also that is very memorable because the Airbnb will be like, oh my gosh, we've never had a podcast like, I mean, as far as I know, I don't think they have. That is just basically someone traveling around the world and, you know, in Airbnbs as well. So I've got a lot of ideas for you. We can talk later.
Yeah. Oh, well, that means that this is like a mic, all the
I know,
whole
but
shebang.
they could actually just set it up
Sponsor
in
for me.
sponsor it for you, and then you can go around with a traveling mic, or they could make sure that the Airbnbs that you stay in have um, podcast equipment. Because I personally think this is where my sales and marketing comes in. I personally think there is a gap for when people are traveling and they want to take their podcast on the road. There's not enough accommodation on Airbnb that I have seen that has like content creation set up in there. Like I know a few people will book hotels or an Airbnb to like film some brand campaigns and stuff, but there's never like Airbnbs where you can actually do podcasts. So they don't have the equipment or the mics, and I think that is a gap that Airbnb is missing because people are already doing this already with brand campaigns where they hire out Airbnbs and hotels to create the content. You can do the same thing with podcasting. So like that is actually bringing them a different clientele. So you're filling in that gap in the market for them.
So that's Airbnb. So if someone's like, I don't have much money, not much funding, because now as a content creator, I don't really have a job.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, like let's pay me consistently.
Yeah.
How can I still make travel content creation possible? If that makes sense.
Yeah, so I've been quite fortunate. Like, what I've been doing is I've been traveling to see friends. So that cuts out accommodation. I obviously have my affiliate, which is a hotel's affiliate. So, you know, I get a little bit of leeway through there, which is great.
Do you get much from that though?
Yeah, so I'm quite fortunate. I'm on the higher tier of the payout for my hotel affiliates. And depending how you push it, it's not too bad. You know, I have to admit I haven't pushed mine that much, but like with the least amount of pushing that I did, I actually did quite well. I was quite surprised. So yeah.
Mm. And you see, because you do like also restaurant, like eating,
Yeah.
is that also part of like campaign or
Yeah,
is
so that was not planned. I'm gonna be honest. Like my thing was like just strictly travel destinations where I'm traveling to around the world. You know, mainly like lodging and like accommodation and all that stuff. And then I had a few food people approach me, and I was just like, okay, don't really do food stuff. But then I had more and more
on
people.
Instagram?
Yeah, I had more and more people approaching me, and I was just like, I really need to look into this because obviously it is part of travel and tourism.
That's true.
And also I'm very much about multiple streams of income, and also content creator, you have to do that. So like it's an avenue that I've been going down, and I have been enjoying it. Actually, I actually realize I'm doing more food stuff than
I've seen it more recently. Yeah. So do you have like an actual videographer follow you around, or is it your friend that films you?
So when it comes to filming, so this is why I bought a drone, which is so funny. Before you know things started to advance, I just love seeing things from a bird's eye point of view. I'm very much a gadgets girl. My background's in IT engineering and all that stuff. And I was just like, I don't have a videographer. I was like, what am I going to use to like follow me? I don't want to be the girl with the tripod. Like that's for me is a no.
Yeah,
And I
it's
was
so
like, oh,
weird.
but I want them to move and track me and all that stuff. And because I do travel, they have to see everything. And I was just like, I'll just get a drone. So I ended up learning how to do selfies. Like I hate selfies, but I did it with my drone. So video, I call myself a video drone selfie queen.
So the reels I see you walking, for example, they're
So
from drones.
that's my drones filming me. So it's me filming myself. I don't actually have someone filming me.
You know the videos that you sent me before?
So some of them I have my friends,
Okay.
but all my drone videos are me. No one has filmed me. It's just me filming myself with the drone. And my drone doesn't actually have auto track because I bought the second version of the drone, and it's now on this fourth or fifth, I think now, and it has auto tracking. But the time I was using it, there was no such thing as auto tracking. So I would position the drone and then press record and then just try and find a way to video myself whilst I'm controlling the drone, but without anyone realizing that I've got the drone I'm controlling at the same time. And it's just like quick edits of how you edit things, and that's how I've been doing it. But when I travel, if I'm traveling to see friends or family, I get them to shoot some of the stuff for me, and then I will shoot the rest of the sceneries for the other bits of the content. So yeah. And now I've got actually a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which actually acts as my cameraman. So it has tracking on there, and I don't actually need anyone now. I can just use that to track
What do you mean?
me.
So if you put it there, it would just move with you?
Yeah, so it moves with me, and it's mainly like used for vlogging, but you can also do short form content with it. So if I was to do something of me walking down the street, it would actually track me from me walking from the start to the end of the street, which is really good. So it looks like someone's with you, but no one's with you.
So wait, it actually moves or just the camera moves?
So the camera moves.
Oh.
So like if I was to, I mean, in that case, I guess I would have to use a tripod.
Yeah.
But it's not a fixed camera, so it moves. The head moves with you, which is quite great.
I've been wanting to get a vlog camera. Maybe
Yeah.
So that's the one to go.
That's the one to go. I actually do have a vlog camera. I've got a Sony ZV-E10, and the reason why I got that one because it's got interchangeable lens, so it is a vlog camera, but you can also use it to take photos. And the lens is everything. Once you've got a good lens, you can use it to take really good photos as well. So that was my vlogging camera. But to be honest, a Pocket 3 is what I always grab out because it's just so easy to set up. It's stable, more stable.
Yeah.
And I think the image quality is actually better on that camera. And because it's so small, you can film it in places where you wouldn't necessarily be able to film with a larger vlogging camera. So it's quite good. And it's discreet as well. That's what I love about it. No one even knows that you have it most of the time.
True, yeah. I've seen my cousin's got one as well. I saw him recently got it as well. But yeah, this I'm actually loving this content creator life though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like as much as it's all this stress of what we just spoke about, but I love the fact it's given me the freedom to do what I want to do. And like we can go to the gym whenever I want. There's no like 9 to 5s that are holding me back. And,
It's just nice having control of your life, and being able to set your life in a way you want rather than being compliant with corporate world, let's just say.
But the one thing is you have to be consistent.
You do.
You do,
Definitely.
And you can't be like, because I know some people who try to be the content creator, but they're not consistent.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have this impulse, like, oh, I'm going to do this. They post for like a week and they're like, oh, but I'm not getting much views. I'm not going to do it. It's like, you got to be patient to grow.
Definitely. I mean, that's the reason why I quit I just didn't do left 9 to 5 life because it was more that consistency and not having anything as a block as well. And like, you've got to be passionate as well and have your why when that happens, because that will keep you dedicated. Like discipline, the word behind it doesn't sound that nice, and I think that's why a lot of people procrastinate. But when you think about what your why is, well, my why is time freedom, financial freedom. When I have my family, I'm trying to set everything up first, so then I can spend quality time with my family. But then also another big why is the orphanage that I'm attached to. There's 243 children. I know that everything that I do, a profit of what I make goes towards them as well.
Oh, nice.
So it's like I'm not working for myself. I'm working for 243 children in Kenya, and that keeps you going. It doesn't matter how burnout you are, how bad the day is. You're just like those children. And they like I need to like help them. So yeah, that is a very strong why.
That's very strong. I love that. Okay. We're gonna wrap it up here. Hour has gone so quick, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on, Cheryl. Coming on again. How can people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram on Cheryl Conquers with an S, I'm also on TikTok, but I don't really post on there, but I will be showing up very soon. And very soon I'll be on YouTube. So I have a vlogging YouTube channel all on travel and a few things in London what I do, but mainly on travel because this year I am traveling a lot. I also have a blog called Cheryl Conquers as well, and that's where you can find me. So yeah.
What's your next destination?
So my next destination is literally in 6 days' time.
Where are you going?
So I am going to Turkey. So I'm going to Istanbul, Cappadocia, Pamukkale. I have a Turkish friend. Actually, I have a few Turkish friends, and I probably butchered that. So I apologies to all my Turkish friends. And then I'm literally back for a few days just to pack my suitcase. And then I've got a event that I'm going to that's with Superdrug, and I really want to be for that. Be here for that event. And then I'm literally off to Casablanca and Marrakesh.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
So
just a
all of
month.
all of them are with brands.
No, so the both of the trips I'm doing, well, Morocco might be a brand. That's just like pending, but the one I'm doing with Turkey is just to create more content and also for my YouTube channel because I need to start my YouTube channel. So it's mainly me just getting my YouTube channel set up, and then Morocco possibly a bit of branding there. Still in the pipeline. Yeah.
Oh, and do you reach out to all these
Yeah,
different?
I've got to pitch. Sometimes you're lucky and someone will reach out to you. Technically, I wouldn't want to say it's not branding because both the trips technically have kind of some kind of branding because
Yeah.
it's always linked back to my affiliates. So there is something there, some kit back there. So yeah.
Amazing. I learned a lot. I think definitely going to consider the travel content then into my Instagram. So because I love traveling as well. Yeah, but we definitely need to talk soon about
Yeah.
all the tips like that. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for watching and listening. If you are someone who's been thinking about content creation, you make sure you think about your why. You got to be consistent and yeah, share this, like this, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I love you lots. See you in the next episode. Bye.